has not.
Okay, members and friends, I'm thinking about dust and my next, like, Fukashima on the Fly number 22. And, of course, I had CNN on the background, right?
By the House.
You know, just because I listen to sometimes this stuff, right? Like I do with BC House, right? Legislative assemblies. But anyway,
on behalf of the American people,
I can't believe this guy's talking about this stuff.
I seek justice. In recent weeks, the Justice Department secured its 7th conviction in the most serious terrorist plot our nation has faced since 9/11. And just 2 days ago, the department awarded more than $100 million in grants to save or to create law enforcement jobs, including more than 600 jobs for recent veterans. This is the kind of work that leaders in Washington should be striving together
this breaking news
to advance. At a time when so many Americans are in need of our help, I refuse to be deterred from it. And I will not let election year politics and gamesmanship stand in the way of continued progress. Today's vote may make for good political theater in the minds of some, but it is at base both a crass effort and a grave disservice to the American people. They expect and they deserve far more. As a result of the action taken today by the House, an unnecessary court conflict will ensue. My efforts to resolve this matter, short of such a battle, were rebuffed by Congressman Issa and by his supporters.
Rebuffed. That's a diplomatic word.
In bringing an end to this dispute, or even obtaining the information they say they wanted. Ultimately, their goal was the vote that, with the help of special interest, they now have engineered.
It's a distraction.
The path that this matter will now follow. It will not distract me.
Everybody's going to start just gossiping, you know?
Department of Justice from the important tasks that are our responsibility. A great deal of work
Spread rumors.
People remains to be done. I'm going to be getting back to it. I suggest that those who orchestrated today's vote
play on your weaknesses. Right? Get you angry.
Eric Holder, the Attorney General of the United States.
So how much is this going to cost the U.S. taxpayer in terms of, you know?
Reacting to this unprecedented historic move by the House of Representatives to hold him in contempt, in criminal contempt of Congress for refusing to provide documents.
Okay, I'm trying really hard to understand this.
A scandal, and I think it's fair to say
it's a scandal.
A scandal. We're going to have White House reaction, much more coverage on this. Also, the Supreme Court decision on health care in the United States. Stay with us. The Situation Room will resume in just a moment.
I'll think about that. Anyway, let's go looking for the dust. That's what I'm thinking about, my dust in my house. I have a grandchild and lots of kids running in and out, you know, crumbs. I don't know. I live in a very dusty house, and this is what brings me to mind to dust. These cupboards I have got to go because they're so old or something. They're, you know, they're look at this. I had that down in there in that cupboard, way down in there. See, I need for the jars, right? Okay, if you touch the lid of the jar, there's going to be, you know, a little dust. This thing here, it sat there for a long time because I haven't used it, right? So I got a new place for it, and it makes more sense to put I'm whipping this thing around. Whip it, baby, whip it. Anyway, on with the shakiness here. You know, it makes more sense to put jars here because, you know, they're holding up better, I think, in terms of, you know, collecting dust than this, because this thing you need a toothbrush with to scrub this thing down because it's like right in, you know, right, look at that. What kind of dust is that underneath your kitchen cupboard? You know, and I got it gets on my cans. You know, half the time we can't breathe in this house, but I'm not in a position to move. So, you know, keeping that in mind, and then it gets everywhere. The more cats you have, the more dust you have too. So I'm down to 3 cats. That's all I want. I don't want any more cats, and I'm not replacing cats as cats, you know, get old and move on, right? So in the meantime, I just wanted to point that out. I'm constantly dusting. I'm constantly having to wipe things down. But when you think of radiation, I would think that, you know, it would probably accumulate in dust as it does in their little, you know, because it's a metal, it'll pull together, right? And it's like a magnet to itself, eh? So this is where you need a guide counter. I don't know where to get a good one. So, you know, I'm leery of them because they have to be recalibrated, and, you know, it's bad enough having to go off and find one, you know, and learn how to use it and then find out that not even a month later you got to send it off someplace to get it fixed. Anyway, peace out.